Then we have come through Stranocum and we have arrived up at the Hedges Hotel, and about half a mile away is the Dark Hedges. And here's a wee notice board about the Dark Hedges. One of the most photographed natural phenomena in Northern Ireland, this highly acclaimed avenue of ancient beech trees has been voted one of the top 5 most beautiful tree tunnels in the world. There you go. Funny enough, it has a picture of a brambling. I've never seen a brambling. They're very, very rare. And close by here is Gracehill House. And then we've got the Dark Hedges with the King's Road out of Game of Thrones. And there's supposed to be ghosts around here. So there's where we are there. So we're following this path here. And there's the Dark Hedges in front of us. Yes, look at that. There's a wee fairy in the bottom of it. And we're actually told that we're not really supposed to have cars up this. It's only for tractors or people who live around here. But people are just ignoring that, and because there's no barrier to cars, then they will drive up the Dark Hedges, or the King's Road as they're called in the Game of Thrones. So here we are here, and it says that there's a Game of Thrones door up in here. It's door 7, located inside the bell tower, so we'll walk back this way. And this is the Ballinlea Road, and over there is the Bregah Road, which is the Game of Thrones road. And it says quite clearly that there's no access for cars, but cars are driving up and down this. So we've got a beautiful avenue of beech trees planted by the Stuart family in the 18th century. And some of them have come down in storms, and those that have come down have been salvaged and shaped and cut to make, I think it's 12 Game of Thrones doors, which are placed around in hotels, in locations that Game of Thrones film series was made. So this avenue of trees originally was planted to impress visitors to the Georgian mansion of Gracehill House. This is the King's Road, and it appears in Game of Thrones Season 2, Episode 1 as the King's Road. There you go. And it's quite atmospheric. And the trees are full of wee birds here.
We're here in winter, we'll have to come back in the summer.
I wonder what those birds are. I think they're goldfinches. There's a stack of them. couple of nice doggies. The trunks and the branches of the trees are particularly, you know, they're twisted, and you just don't get branches like that anywhere else. I've never seen branches looking like that.
Tree.
No, they're not. Look at they're sort of snake-like. And it's funny to think that before these trees and this avenue was filmed as background for the Game of Thrones King's Road, sort of like a prop. This was just an ordinary avenue of trees, and nobody came to look at it, and it wasn't thought to be particularly interesting. But now that the film is associated with this place, the world and his wife wants to come here. And in the summertime, this place is jam-packed with tourists. And there are quite a number of them about today, but nothing like what you would get in the summertime. And this avenue of trees was always known as the Dark Hedges. I wasn't aware of that. But Tanya, my wife, tells me that she had heard of the Dark Hedges, you know, as a child. So the Game of Thrones has used it. And there's a wee, we've walked to the far end, and there's a wee car park of sorts here. And there's a couple of notice boards. That one there I've already filmed, but this one here I haven't. And there's how it actually looked in the film. On the King's Road, north of King's Landing. Game of Thrones is an original HBO series based on George R.R. Martin's best-selling fantasy novels A Song of Ice and Fire. Since the plot in 2009, the show has filmed across various locations in Northern Ireland. Season 2, Episode 1, The North Remembers. Following the death of her father, Ned Stark, Arya escapes King's Landing disguised as a boy, travelling on the King's Road in the back of a cart alongside Jandre and Hot Pie, all new recruits for the Night's Watch. Arya starts her long and arduous journey south. And you can download stuff there. So, looking good. And we're at the top end of the King's Road, or the Dark Hedges. And you can see away in the distance there the roof of the hotel, that you can get a bite to eat and a cup of tea, which is always important. And as I always say, come and see it for yourselves. And it has to be said that even during the day, this is quite an atmospheric avenue of trees. You can only imagine what it's like on a dark night. And people are coming to the Dark Hedges, the King's Road, from all over the world. Where are you from?
Hiya.
Are you Philippines?
Yes.
Ah, I thought so. My goodness, how did I know?
Oh yeah. You have friends from the Philippines?
We had
know a few people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And more people are arriving.
What about you say?